Hey guys, it's Stephanie and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a night routine slash how I prep for clinical. So I guess a night routine for the nights before clinical. I don't exactly know what I'm going to call this video yet, but I thought it could be helpful to show you guys kind of how I get myself ready to do a 12.5-hour clinical day. For those of you who are new to my channel or who maybe haven't watched some of my last videos, I am in my last semester of nursing school, so this is my nurse leadership semester. So at my school, in my accelerated nursing program, we do 2 12.5-hour shifts each week for clinical, and then we're going to do that up until the week before Thanksgiving because of COVID. Typically we would start a little bit later in the semester and run through December, but we started the first week of September and we'll go through middle of November instead. I am on a pediatric oncology floor if you guys are curious, and I get there at 6:45 in the morning and leave at 7:30 at night on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So today is Wednesday. It is about 4:30. I have finished all of my classes for today. So this is when I kind of start to get my stuff together for tomorrow. I do it over the course of the night just to not overwhelm myself, since clinical is definitely super overwhelming with it being a literal full day. And since it's leadership, we do take responsibility for a lot of the patient care that we are able to do. So I like to make it as easy as possible on myself at 5:30 in the morning when I'm getting ready to go to clinical. So I've already taken out my set of scrubs for tomorrow. I'm not going to show you my scrubs because they're embroidered with my school logo on them. But I always take out my pair of scrubs and a set of compression socks for the day ahead. I wear the Bombas compression socks and I'm obsessed with them. If you've watched me before, you know I talk about Bombas socks all the time. If you guys want to get 25% off your first order, I'll leave my link down below. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. It's just a code that I have because I've ordered from them before and have an account with them. So there's absolutely no pressure to use it, but if you do use it, I do get money towards my next purchase. So have that all out for tomorrow. I'm going to, right now, I have 2 pieces of printer paper out. I'm gonna show you guys kind of how I do my report sheet. Of course, keep in mind I'm a nursing student, so I don't have a perfect report sheet yet, but part of what we're learning in clinical this semester is how to get report and how to give report successfully for your specific floor. So I've come up with a method that works for me and my unit that I'm on. It might be helpful for some of you guys, so I figured I would show you. So I'm gonna tilt the camera down and just kind of show you how I write it out. I am sorry for the literal worst angle of all time, but I don't know how to do this any better than this on my kitchen island, so we're just gonna roll with it. Basically, I just always start off by folding my paper in half, and I fold it just like vertically, or hot dog style, I guess. And so usually on the oncology floor, we get 2 patients. Sometimes we get 3, so I always prepare 2 of these just in case, but I wanted to just show you guys one for an example. I'm also sorry about my squeaky chair, but so basically at the top, I will write whatever room number I have, which I don't know any of this ahead of time, of course, as well as their name, age, diagnosis, any pertinent information, kind of a one-liner summary of them. Any allergies that are relevant to what we would be doing go up here. Then a little bit further down, I start and I make a time log for every hour between 7 and 7, and I do military time. And I don't, worry about spacing it out too particularly, but I go all the way down to 1900. And then here is where I'll write meds that they have due, baths that they have to do because they have to do their CHG baths. Anything that I have to do during the day for them at this time will get put on this piece of paper. So we do vital signs every 4 hours. So I always write VS at 8, 12, and 4. And then I circle it because that's something I will do myself. Whereas like meds, I can't administer them with my nurse. I have to do it with my instructor. And so I won't administer meds really at all during clinical, but so I'll write down vital signs, whatever kind of meds they have for the day, when they have their baths, whatever, just to keep myself organized. And then on the back, so on the corresponding side, so I just wrote everything on this side, I'll write the room number again and patient initials just to keep myself organized. And then I'll write down all of their systems. So neuro, hopefully you guys can see this. CV, respiratory, GI, GU, musculoskeletal, skin, and if I can spell skin, and then like lines, tubes, drains, any sort of access. Obviously, most of the kids on the oncology floor will have some sort of central line. So I like to always write down what it is, even though I'm still learning all the different types and what it all means. But I put that at the bottom because usually there's a lot of information about those. And then as I get report, I'll just write down whatever is pertinent, basically anything that's abnormal. And then we'll have that all down. And then this will obviously help me when I give report at the end of the night, or help give report at the end of the night if I have all the stuff I got from this morning, and then I add to it as the day goes on. So let's say in the morning for cardiovascular, their vital signs were stable overnight, they were afebrile, etc. But during the day, they spiked a fever to 38.5. So in here, I would write, T max 38.5. And I would, add anything to it that happens during the day in addition to what report I got overnight. So I don't know if this was helpful. I hope that this was maybe a little bit helpful if you're in nursing school and trying to create your own type of report sheet. Like I said, this is what people on my floor do. I got this from the nurses on my floor, and this is what I have found helpful. So I just wanted to pass that along. Basically, what I'm trying to say is this is what I have seen nurses on my floor do and matches up with my kind of learning style and organizational style. So I wanted to share in case you might need some help with that as well. Of course, every unit is different. These are things that are pertinent to my unit. Obviously, I'll put pertinent lab values, etc. on here as I get them too. But yeah, I do this 3 times. So I use 2 pieces of paper. I haven't found a way to do this with any less paper yet. I know some nurses do 1 page per patient, but I think half a page is plenty, like front and back. So I always make 3 of them just in case we have 3 patients, because like I said, I won't know until I get there in the morning. But yeah, this is an easy way for me to prep the night before. Also, what I make sure to do the night before is pack my bag. Obviously, my lunch isn't packed yet. I will show you guys that later. Make sure my badge is here, my wallet is here. I have masks, goggles, my report sheets that I just made, and my stethoscope case. I usually don't take any of this out of my bag except for my lunchbox. So always just like to double check that I have everything. I'll throw a clean mask on top of here to wear to the hospital, but then they give me a mask while I'm there. So just really quickly like to double check that I have everything in here once again, so I'm not running around like crazy first thing in the morning. If you guys want to see a detailed overview of what I keep in here, I just did a what's in my clinical bag video. So definitely go check that out. I will leave it linked down below for you guys. So since of course I don't get home until close to 8 o'clock on clinical days, I am not cooking dinner at 8 o'clock at night. So I always make sure that the night before I prep something that I can eat for dinner the next night. Luckily for today, I bought a prepared meal from the grocery store. So that's already in my fridge and ready to go for tomorrow. But on a typical day, likely whatever I would make for dinner tonight, I would just make sure I had enough to eat tomorrow. But since I have a prepared meal, I don't even have to worry about that. I don't have to prepare anything extra for tonight. I do also always keep frozen meals and like ready to go things in my freezer in case I get home from clinical and I'm just not feeling whatever I made the night before, which happens sometimes. I just try to give myself a lot of grace on Tuesdays and Thursday nights for dinner and just kind of eat whatever is easy and quick and is gonna fill me up so I can just honestly go to bed when I get home. All right, so just made my lunch for tomorrow. I just made a turkey and cheese wrap. I'm gonna pack a string cheese with it, so this is gonna go in the fridge. And then I'm just poured the rest of these Annie's, they're the graham crackers, but the birthday cake ones. I try to pack like a variety of snacks, so like more savory and then like sweet and crunchy. I have some other stuff that just stays in my lunchbox, but I needed to restock on some of this. So this will go in the fridge, this will go into my lunchbox, and it will be all ready for tomorrow. Because of course I'm in clinical for 12 hours, I try to pack a ton of snacks in addition to my lunch, because if I do get a few minutes of downtime, I'm allowed to go, like grab a snack real quick. So I like to pack lots of easy small snacks that I can just like grab if I have a few extra minutes, like the cheese sticks, the fruit strips, whatever. And then I can kind of snack a little bit throughout the day instead of only relying on my lunch to be my meal. A little bit later now, I just got out my journal because I'm going to journal for a little bit. I like to journal like an hour or two before I go to bed, just kind of get all my thoughts out, things I'm worried about for the next day, like with clinical, and also like some accomplishments, like some good things that I'm proud of myself for doing today and stuff like that. I want to talk about it in a separate video, I think, about this semester and the pandemic and mental health and nursing school and stuff, but this is something that I try to make sure I do every night before clinical, if not every night, period. So I can just kind of ease some of my anxiety about the day. All right, guys, so it is 9 o'clock. I'm going to get in bed and read for a little bit just to help me unwind, since I do wake up at like 5:15 to go to clinical. So I'm going to read for a little bit, and then in the morning, all I really do is try and eat a little something. It's really hard to do so at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I usually eat a little something. I do like a 10-minute meditation kind of thing in the morning and just kind of get ready to go. Luckily, everything's already packed up for myself, so I just kind of have to throw it all in my bag and get going. But I'm gonna end this video here. I hope that this was helpful for some of you. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more nursing school videos from me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!